Hey everybody, Mark here with IBPI. Hope you're doing well today. I am sitting down today with Mike Comeau from Sherweb. Sherweb is one of our newest IBPI vendors, and I'm excited to have Mike here today. So Mike, why don't we start by you telling us a little bit about Sherweb?
Well, thanks for the introduction. Sherweb is a cloud solution provider, so a bit different. We're not a distributor in that sense of the word. We've been in business for about 20 years, only in the cloud. So born in the cloud company. We started as a web hosting company 20 years ago with two brothers. They started in their mom's basement. That turned into a hosted exchange provider. And then that turned into the cloud solution provider that we are today. Right now, we are 6,000 partners globally and about 150,000 clients that we manage underneath that kind of channel umbrella. Where we kind of differentiate ourselves is going to be more on the adding as much value strategy as possible for partners that do align and sign up with Sherweb.
Mike, thank you for that. So IBPI members have a real wide range of experience with managed services.
Yep.
So if a member of ours comes to you and wants to partner up with Sherweb, kind of take me through the steps of how you evaluate where they are in their practice so far, and how you help them get started with Sherweb.
For sure, yeah. So we did take some time to kind of figure out how this relationship would build out. So what we decided to do is have kind of an onboarding process, something we don't typically do. Obviously, an introductory call happens with every partner, but in IBPI's case, what we'll end up doing is doing kind of an intro call that is in and of itself a scoping call. So there will be a conversation in and around how your current business model looks, how comfortable you are with the cloud. Is this a brand new venture for you? How you see this aligning with your current business, what the current structure of your company is now. Are you very sales focused and not so much on the back end from a technical standpoint? Or do you feel that you have some technical expertise that could branch out into cloud sales, but you're lacking on the sales side? Getting that kind of information, kind of building a profile or a partner type for each member. And then once that piece is done, we've built the back end to kind of mirror that. So building out an action plan, being able to set them up, I guess, for the best way for success. So if you do need a little extra help during that profiling call, we'll identify the right package for you that would take you down a path where there will be additional sales support for your sales team, additional trainings for your sales team, a more handheld approach from a technical support standpoint. But another important thing in this step will be to figure out what kind of the short and long-term strategy is as well. So what's the goal? What is the member trying to accomplish via the cloud? And these conversations can take place, it could be 30 minutes, it could be an hour, however long it takes, right? But it's kind of to get a feel for where they want to take this part of their business, or if it's just completely new and they just want information. They just want to see if it's a fit, if it's a viable option. Is it easy to make money this way? How steep's the learning curve? It's mainly an open discussion and an open profiling. And then that's really where to start.
If we have some dealers who are very new to this part of the business, what are the characteristics of that dealer? What do those dealers look like to you?
Okay, so that's kind of the first tier that we had broken this out and broken this down with would be the kind of the beginner. That's what we've labeled it. So it's new to the cloud industry. They're wanting to break into a new market, probably to get some additional revenue streams, especially given the current climate. Get some more ways to bring in money. They're looking for a new opportunity potentially. The main thing here is that we want to make sure that they aren't scared that they don't have the technical resources in-house or the sales knowledge to get into this space. We want to try to help them do that. So a system where we can, providing that sales guidance, potentially even selling as a service, so selling on behalf of that specific member. with the goal being to get as much revenue in the door as possible, so that they can start doing that monthly recurring billing, that generating a good goose egg that they can keep rolling into the next month. This is really trying to make sure that there's the lowest amount of barriers to entry here for them, to make it as easy as possible. Once that's why we were saying with kind of the onboarding process, right? This is really just a market penetration strategy is the best way to word it. So we're going to focus on one product, most likely Office 365 or even just Teams, getting a foot in the door for their existing base. That's really where the IBPI members differ from most partners that come in. A new company that comes in that doesn't understand the cloud comes in with maybe 10 to 15 clients and no expertise when it comes to selling anything or marketing it. The IBPI members are coming in with brand notoriety. Some I've seen 50, 60, 70 years. The companies have been rolling. There's some good footing there within their communities, within their neighborhoods, within their states. It makes life a bit easier for both of us. I don't need to teach them how to sell. They've been selling for 60 years, right? So that's kind of the building off of what they are an expert on now, and just trying to add a bit of fuel to that fire, and getting them really just off the ground with it, however we can. So taking a co-branded approach, and really just providing them with all the tools needed to be successful selling the cloud.
Mike, what about the dealers who have been doing managed services for a little while? Maybe they're selling some of those cloud products or the Office 365 subscriptions that you just talked about, and they're kind of ready to take the next step. What do those dealers look like to you, and what kind of program do you have for them?
For sure. So in this case here, we've labeled the next two as intermediate or experienced. In this case, we'll talk about intermediate. So that could be somebody that's maybe branched out into the cloud managed service space maybe a year or two ago. They've got the basics down pack. They can sell Office 365. What they're lacking is how to build, I guess, additional MRR ARPU on top of that, right? They get stuck in. Guys in this space will get stuck on the question of, yeah, but I can buy it from Microsoft for X. Getting them to be able to take that question and turn it around, flip it around, why they are more valuable and a better alternative than Microsoft directly, right? Training these people and helping them to bundle, because at the end of the day, with Microsoft 365 or any of those Microsoft products, the only person making money is Microsoft. So you do need to be able to branch out, to have a managed service offering in and around that, to add some security products, to add a backup solution, to take what would be a $12 SKU and sell it at $40 and feel comfortable that you're providing enough value there. So that would literally be it. That would be trying to train them how to do that, how to build packages, get their product knowledge up for some product lines outside of what they're currently selling. So maybe an endpoint protection solution, and getting them trained on how to bundle that in and make their offer a high margin product for them, something that's actually making them quite a bit of money. And then supporting them on the back end as per usual. So where their sales teams need some training, they hire new salesmen coming in and helping that salesman hit the ground running. And from a technical standpoint, we're there on the back end to support the partner 24/7.
We have a few dealers that I would say are in the category of an MSP. They have had a managed services practice for quite some time. They know what they're doing. They're very good at it. They're making money at it. Does Sherweb have anything for those dealers to help them even gain a further market share in their own marketplaces?
For sure. Yeah, we do. So this would be what we would consider a very experienced partner. So somebody that has a great knowledge of the space, great knowledge of the cloud. What we want to do here and what we've built out for partners in this size is taking what they're currently good at and trying to help them streamline it and make it scalable. So whether that's adapting the partnership and the portal to help with ease of use of managing licenses, to help them from an integration standpoint, making sure that the PSA or the billing application they're using ties in, so that there's not an accountant on their side doing 8 to 10 hours of work every month trying to fix and get the bills and the invoices out the door to make sure they get paid. What we're doing there really is trying to help them grow. That's really it. So whether it's MDF funds, it's additional support, additional leads coming from our direction. So maybe it's a lead gen program that we set up, maybe it's spiffing their sales team. All of those things come into play for this experienced partner. What we're trying to do is provide value on top of what they already are good at, right? They've already been doing it for a while. So what we want to do is take them from where they are and just kind of pour gas on the fire, so to speak. And for those partners there, sometimes they don't know what they don't know. So even if it's simply having a conversation with myself to kind of run through their current model, maybe there's some gaps in there they don't even know are there right now. For instance, if they are already selling infrastructure as a service in Azure, reserved instance and saving money there, and how to sell it and package it is its own animal. Nerdio can attest to that as well. And we can help them with that, as can Nerdio, but we can also help them scope those opportunities out and make sure they're really benefiting from all that is Microsoft, but all that is cloud as well. And making sure that that they're selling it properly so that they're the ones gaining from it. And they're the ones making the revenue. So just kind of giving them, I guess, an additional set of eyes on what they're currently doing. And if it's a fit for us as Sherweb to come in and assist them grow that business, then by all means, we're ready to do that.
Mike, whether a dealer is a beginner, an intermediate, or an experienced dealer, what kind of training do you provide for those folks?
For sure. So there's a couple of options there. So when a partner signs up, an IBPI member signs up with us, they get access to our NFR program right away. So there's a good e-learning tool in there called Quick Help that they get at a very reduced rate. Sherweb uses that internally right now. So you can curate content within that as well for other product lines that we may not even sell. But everything that is cloud is in there from a Microsoft standpoint. So your team can get up to speed on how to use Teams, or if your accountant on your side has a question about Excel, they can do a learning path about Excel to get better at using that application, or using Microsoft Flow, or whatever the case may be. It gives you very quick 2, 5, 10-minute videos that allows you to get up to speed. And the good thing is that the admin will see which employee is and is not doing it. So if you're getting a lot of questions from employee X, you can refer him back to these videos and be like, well, look, you keep asking me these questions and you haven't done any of the, in essence, none of the homework, right? But on top of that, from a training standpoint, depending on which avenue they come in at, beginner, intermediate, or experienced, we do have sales training in-house. There's a dedicated team associated to these members. So if they come in and they need guidance on selling a specific product, or maybe just getting that sales nomenclature kind of down packed, right? Being able to have those discussions, we can help there. Maybe it's helping them just a couple of basic questions to get a conversation started with an existing client. We can help there. And from a technical standpoint, we have an entire video library plus content library where they can get started. There's guides, there's sales and marketing information and collateral in there that they can leverage right away. And all of that is kind of included and free. So there's no monetary value associated with that. So every member has access to that simply by signing up. So it's all included in there. So that's kind of the best starting point, is to just get in here, get that scoping underway, so we figure out kind of in which tier you're starting at. Obviously, the plan is to get everybody in IBPI to that experience tier, but it will take some time. But what we'll do is figure out where they are and kind of build that training and training path in and around what their current knowledge base is, let's say.
Mike, this has been great information today. Thank you very much. How can our members get in touch with you?
For sure. So I will be sending emails out periodically as well in the next little bit as kind of trying to poke the members to see if anybody wants to have these initial discussions. Sherweb will also be hosting 2 webinars, one towards the end of August, I believe on the 27th or 28th.
That's right.
And another one on September 10th. The first will be the beginner one. Going through the how exactly to engage as a beginner partner and what you can expect from Sherweb, and the second being an intermediate. So if you feel that you're there, but you're not 100% there and you want to learn more, that will be a good avenue there. And the best way to start is to simply circle to me. I'll be more than happy to set up that initial scoping call and kind of get our bearings here and see what we can do to get you guys up and running.
Mike, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you very much.